The New York Rangers take on the LA Kings tonight in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. It's the first time since 1981 that America's two largest cities are facing off in a major sports championship. So what should we expect? WSJ sports reporter Matt Oshinsky is here to fill us in. Matt, thanks for being here.
Sure.
All right, so how do these two teams stack up going into Game 1?
Well, I think conventional wisdom is that the Los Angeles Kings are the heavily favored team. They play in the stronger conference in the regular season. They have more star power. But you know, I think inside hockey, the consensus is that it's a more even series than I think people are letting on. They're both playing very well. And
we're here in New York, so of course we've got a lot of Rangers fans out here. What's it going to take for them to pull out a win?
Well, I think what they really what it comes down to, I think, is the Rangers' defense and their goalie, Henrik Lundqvist, who is, I think, sort of the cream of the crop in the NHL, versus the Los Angeles, their high-powered offense. If the Rangers can stop the Kings from scoring at the rate that they have been, then I think they have every chance to win the series.
Now, traditionally, games like this come about. Politicians like to make a little friendly wager, make it a little bit more fun. Okay, so let's talk about the wager this year. If New York wins, California Governor Jerry Brown is going to give Andrew Cuomo a book about the history of California and some rice cakes.
Yes.
Okay, so if LA wins, Governor Andrew Cuomo is going to give Jerry Brown a hockey puck he had engraved to commemorate a hat trick of 3 on-time state budgets and a basket of New York foods like chicken wing sauce and wine from the Finger Lakes. This has got to be a joke bet, right?
Well, I mean, in a sense, all of these sort of politician bets, with sports are joke bets. But this, I think, and it's not gone unnoticed, the lameness of this bet is, I think, gaining more traction than the bet itself. The rice cakes, I guess, sort of approximate hockey pucks. But it's so lame that it's actually sort of confusing. You figure if Los Angeles wins, then they don't have to send the rice cakes. But if they lose, then we have to get the rice cakes. You can't even figure out who wins and who loses depending on the outcome of the series.
Like, since when is the best thing New York has to export a bottle of wine from the Finger Lakes? No offense to the Finger Lakes.
No, of course not. But especially California. I mean, thousands of miles of beautiful, beaches and resources and wine, and we're getting rice cakes. It's almost an insult.
Any suggestions for what they should be betting on instead?
My suggestion, in all honesty, would just be to stop this kind of political, showmanship. It's not lending anything to the sport. Fans don't care. If anything, it kind of betrays the fact that the governors aren't really invested in this.
All right, we'll see who can win the Stanley Cup Final, but at very least, the governor is clearly the losers in this one. Matt, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.